morning while the roosters crow, up with the sun on the dairy farm, farmers get their cows in hard and strong. Milk for cereal, cheese on our plate, ice cream and butter that tastes so great. Songbows growing every day, dairy helps us learn and play. Farmers care for the cows and land, helping communities hand in hand, supporting jobs and families too, feeding the world what they do. They care for the cows and land, pride, helping communities hard and high. Grow on time to the world and see, dairy builds opportunity. So raise your glass of milk and say, thanks to the farmers every day.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to University of Maine Witter Dairy Farms virtual chat. I am Brittany with Discover Dairy, and we are so excited to have you today, and we're going to have so much fun. We've got Farmer Patricia on standby. We can see all of you checking in and letting us know where you're tuning in from already, and we have two of the cutest calves, Doris and Darling, ready for their close-ups. So this event is part of the Adopt a Cow program. More than 48,000 classes and 2.1 million students all joined the fun for free, thanks to our incredible supporters like the Maine Dairy and Nutrition Council and the Dairy Excellence Foundation. Now, I know many of you are excited for next year's program already. So go ahead and mark your calendars because starting this Friday, May 1st, you can re-enroll for next year's fun. You'll go to discoverdairy.com/adopt. And once registration is open this Friday, you can simply log in, click re-enroll, and you're set to go. And we'd love for you to have some of your friends join us next year too. Now, because this event is live, we want to hear from you. So go ahead and drop your questions, your comments, check in with us in that chat. We are looking to bring a lot of energy to that chat today and get all of your great questions. Speaking of the chat, let's see who's joining us today. So if we go all the way to the beginning, one of the first folks to join us today is Miss J's fourth grade class at Miller School. So hey, fourth graders, thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to have you. We have some kindergartners from York, Maine. Hello and welcome, kindergartners. Thanks for hopping on. We have, let's see, we've got Mrs. Johnson's third grade class from Peru, Maine. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. How about we have some first graders from Levant, Maine. Hello and welcome, first graders. We have Miss Snyder's advisory from Maine. Hello and welcome. Let's jump down a little further here. We have Mrs. Desmond's second graders from Dyrebrook. Hello, second graders. Thanks for joining us today. We have two classes here, Mrs. Anderson and Miss Stumpy's fifth graders tuning in from Hamden. Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. Mrs. Parker's kindergarten class in Sanford. Hello, kindergartners. We're excited to have you. And let's do one or two more here. We have Mrs. Bates' class from Heartland, Maine. Hello and welcome. We're so excited to have you on today. And we have Miss Janosko's class in Oxford, Maine. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are thrilled to have you. I know you're really excited to tune in with us today, and I think you're pretty excited to hear from Farmer Patricia too. So, Farmer Patricia, how are we doing today? What's going on over there? Oh, I think I may have lost your audio, Farmer Patricia.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Patricia Henderson. I'm the farm superintendent here at the JF Witter Research and Teaching Center. So
you're good. I think there's just a little bit of a lag. Keep going.
Sorry, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay now? Oh, okay. Okay, my name's
Well, sorry, folks. I'm not sure. We'll hopefully get that figured out here. Patricia will hop on here in just a second. We had her for a while right before this call. Sorry about that. You never know with how technology is going to be. So bear with me here for just a minute. But while we wait for Farmer Patricia to come back on here, I'm so excited that more folks have joined on already. So Mrs. Lemelin's kindergartners, thanks so much for joining us today. And let's see. Oh, Farmer Patricia, we hopefully have her back on here. Let's see if we can get her back on. Hey, Farmer Patricia.
Hi, can you hear
Uh,
me now?
I can, yes, that sounds great.
Okay. All right. So my name's Patricia Henderson. I'm the farm superintendent here at the JF Witter Research and Teaching Center. So we have a dairy farm here, and we are the large animal experiment station for the University of Maine. So we teach college students here. Um,
That's awesome.
and this year we have Doris and Darling in the Adopted Cow program, and we're so excited to be
Oh.
here with you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Farmer Patricia, for making time for us today to chat and connect and get to just talk with you, learn a little bit more about the dairy at the college, and of course get to see our cute calves, Doris and Darling. So, Farmer Patricia, tell me a little bit more about your role on the farm, right? So, do you come from a dairy background at all, or how did you step into this role at University of Maine's dairy farm?
Yeah, so I grew up on a small beef farm in northern Maine in Aroostook County, and I have kind of been involved in agriculture, not necessarily dairy, but I grew up doing 4-H and FFA and all of the things. And so I wanted to go to school to be a vet, and so I came to school here at the University of Maine when I graduated high school, and I absolutely fell in love with the dairy farm here, and fell in love with the cows, of course. And so I took a job as a dairy consultant after school for a few years, and then they called me to come back and manage the farm, and I said, absolutely, I would love to. So my
That's
love
so
for the
cool.
dairy industry is it grows deep, and I have been here for a while, and I'm really looking forward to everything that has to offer.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that, right? Just the passion for wanting to provide and teach the next generation, but of course, get to handle some really cute animals. I think these girls we've been following all year are pretty darn cute, and we've had some really cute adopted calves. A couple years now in a row. So, speaking of our cute calves, I know we have Darling here hanging out with you. So how's Darla doing or Darling doing? How what's her temperament like? Oh, I apologize. We seem to have lost her again. Give me one second.
Sorry, I
There we
think we lost
go.
audio again.
Yep, you're good.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, so Darling is so happy. She's so chill. She's just
Aw.
the calmest, most beautiful calf here. Really, we absolutely love
Oh,
her. She's all about the snuggles, all about the treats. Um, she's so calm and just easyggoing, and we love her.
oh my gosh, look
She's
at
falling
how
asleep right now in my lap.
she's so snuggly with you right now. Oh my goodness. Well, while we let her take a nap, I know it's a little hard to see how big she is right now, but we're going to let her snooze. But as a reminder for anyone that's been following us since the beginning, right? She was 31 inches and 70 pounds when she was first born. So she was just this cute little thing. And then I know at our last update, she was 360 pounds and 41 inches. Now that she's 2 months older, how big do you think she is now?
So Darling is almost 500 pounds now. She was like 495 pounds last time we weighed her,
Wow.
and
Oh
she's
my
grown a
goodness.
couple more inches. So she is definitely getting big.
Oh my gosh. So 495 pounds and maybe 43 inches or so if she grew a couple more
Yeah.
inches. My goodness. So for anyone that's charting her height and everything at 8 months old, 495 pounds and 43 inches. Oh my goodness. Well, we see why she's growing so big and strong because she certainly isn't afraid to take a nap anytime. So
Yeah.
oh my gosh, look at her being all cozy. So I love the temperament, right? She just is this calm, chill, really cute, loving calf. So for anyone that's got adopted Darling, you've getting some close-ups here of her and really getting to see her personality come to life. Oh my goodness. I love that. So, and then, so what are they? What's Darling looks like she's chewing bubble gum right now. Any idea? Can you explain what that is a little bit more, Farmer Patricia?
Sorry, I didn't really hear what you said. What did you say?
All good. She looks like she's chewing some bubble gum right now. What can you
Oh,
explain
yes.
what that
Yeah,
is a little
she's
bit?
chewing her cud right now.
Aha. So what does chewing cud mean? Because the only time we're doing that is if we have something in our mouth that we're chewing. So what's she chewing on?
So she's just basically redigesting the food that she's already eaten. So cows have 4 stomachs. So once
Hmm.
they eat all of that yummy forage and the grain and everything that we put in their diet, it goes down into the rumen, and then they can basically spit it back up and then redigest it again. So she's just basically chewing on her food for the second time. So she's having her lunch.
Huh. My goodness. Oh, I apologize, folks. Where technology is wonderful on a farm, right? Let's get her back on here. Here we go. Gotcha. We got you.
Sorry.
It's all
She's
good.
just redigesting her breakfast from this morning. Cows have 4 stomachs, so
Uh-huh.
they can basically eat everything, digest it, and then they can spit it back up, continue to chew on it, and soak up more nutrients and things out of it. So that's what she's
Oh,
doing. She's just chewing on her cud.
very cool. Well, you can tell she's nice and relaxed and just really content. So clearly a happy, healthy calf. Love to see that she's growing so big and strong. Awesome. So we also had Miss Doris in the program. How's she doing? Something tells me she's not quite as relaxed right now.
Yeah, Doris is a little bit more spirited. She also is
Hmm. Oh,
taller than Darling is.
she's taller than Darling.
Yeah,
Here
she's
we
she's
go.
2 inches taller than Darling is right now.
Oh my goodness. So that probably puts her at about 45 inches. Of course,
Yep,
she's really going to give you a
I
run for
know.
your money today. What,
Yeah,
what a
not the
personality
same
difference.
personality as Darling for sure.
No, not at all. And then I think I just might have missed it. How much do you think she weighs? Because I know last time she was about 345 pounds. So how much do you think she
Yeah,
weighs?
she's like 505 pounds.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So she's passing Darling.
Yes, she is.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Miss Doris, we certainly love your energy that you are putting on for us today. Oh my. So do you think, is this really, how their temperaments tend to be at the farm? Is this kind of how they normally are each day? Doris has a little bit more spirit and Darling tends to be a little bit calmer.
For sure. Yeah. Darling likes to take a nap in the corner and Doris likes to cause trouble.
Oh my goodness. So for all of you who adopted Doris, she's just she's just like some of you that just like to be a little extra loud or a little you can't quite sit in your seat or anything like that, right? That's Miss Doris here. She's still lovable and she is still growing really big and strong, but just has a lot of energy. Oh my goodness, too cute. So, Farmer Patricia, we have loved getting to follow these girls all year long. We've got some really great questions coming in about them if you're ready to answer some.
Sure.
Perfect. So, first of all, we're curious, what are they eating right now? Like, what's their diet like on the daily?
What's called a TMR, so it's a total mixed ration. So they get and grass haylage and some grain and minerals. So we have
Okay.
a nutritionist that comes here and balances the diet so that we make sure that they gain as much weight as they can, but not too much weight.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's what they're eating right
Huh.
now.
So they have a special nutritionist who puts their whole diet together for them and makes sure they have just the right amount of nutrients in every single bite. That sounds pretty incredible to me. I wish I had a nutritionist for my personal diet, Farmer Patricia. I don't know about you.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
me
man, let's
too.
right. Let's see. Oh, good. We're curious. We love their names. We're just curious. How did you choose their names? How did Darling and Doris come to be?
Yeah, so we have a class here at the university called UMaine calves, and in that class, the
Mm.
students get assigned a pregnant cow. So it would have been Doris and Darling's mom, and then
Hmm.
when she has a baby, the students get to come in and they get to name that calf. So our students actually choose all
Oh,
the names here for the calves.
oh, I love that. What a great opportunity for to bring that learning full circle, right? They're focusing on
Yeah,
the
so
mom and
fun.
learning about her, but then get the privilege to name the baby. That's exciting. Awesome. Let's see. We have a good question here. We're getting a really good shot of it as we're close up with Miss Darling here. We see that red tag on the ear, and we're curious. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that red thing is in their ear?
Yeah, so that tag is called Cow Manager, and basically what that does is it tracks her movement and her body temperature. It lets us know that if she's sick, it tracks her rumination, so we know that if she's not ruminating, maybe she's got a belly ache or something. So it goes directly
Wow.
to our phones, so we can kind of track our health on all of our cows here. And so yeah, it's another way how we track the
Huh.
health on all of the cows. So we know if she's moving around a whole bunch,
Yeah.
if she's feeling really active, or if she's being extra super lazy like Darling. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great tool for farmers to use.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds incredible. It sounds like a Fitbit for cows, and it even kind of hollers at you when they've been laying too long. Just like my watch tells me, you haven't stood for an hour, Brittany. It's time for you to stand up. So, kind
Yeah.
of sounds like it does the same thing for your cows. That's really cool. Awesome. What a great tool to be able to help manage your animals because there's a good chunk of animals on your farm, right? How many cows and calves are at the farm?
Right now I think we have 78 on the farm right now.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of animals to keep track of. And how many student workers do you have at the farm?
So student workers, we have about 6 that help us, and then we have a little over 200 on the farm each semester between all of the classes.
Wow.
So we have students who kind of help come and do the daily chores a little bit, and then we have students in the class who also do some of the daily chores. So it's a very busy place.
Gotcha. Right. My goodness. Lots of people in and out. And I know you all have hosted lots of tours and other folks too. So I'm sure it's thousands of people in and out all year long. That's really
Yes.
awesome. But what a cool opportunity. So let's see. A cool question that came in here. We're asking how much milk does one cow produce in a day? And what does that mean? Like, how much would she produce in a year then?
Oh, that's a good question. So our cows typically average about 100 pounds of milk per day, which we
Wow.
recently just had a cow that made 171 pounds of milk in one day, which is crazy for us. Um, and then
Holy
on a year
moly.
basis, yeah, yeah. Um, our rolling herd average for the year is 31,000, which is kind of crazy.
Cool.
The industry standard
Yeah.
used to be like 26, so we're really excited that we broke 30,000.
Yeah. Wow, that is absolutely incredible. I love to hear that you all are doing so well and clearly taking great care of the animals. If right, happy cows produce milk, so they must be extra happy at your farm since they're producing lots of milk, and it comes with good animal care and good hygiene and just really great practices. So that's awesome. Very cool. Let's see. We have a good question here. We're curious. Can you drink milk straight from the cow, or is it taken from the farm and processed, and what does that look like?
You could drink milk straight from the cow. We don't. We are Agrimark members, so all of our milk gets picked up. It gets cooled to 37 degrees within 1 hour from milking, and it goes on the plant. And right now, it's being bottled at the Hood plant in Portland. And typically, because we're Agrimark members, it would go into Cabot cheese. So Agrimark Farms own the brand Cabot cheese. So when you buy Cabot cheese, it actually supports our farm, even though our milk just gets bottled at the Hood plant in Portland right now. So if you
Awesome.
buy hood milk at the grocery store in Maine, it comes directly from cows here at Witter Farm.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool. Thanks for sharing that. So Hood and Cabot Creamery and all those good things. I know I love me some good Cabot Creamery, and that we do see down here in Pennsylvania. So, yum. That is awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so I just saw someone ask, does your milk turn into cheese? Yes, it does. It can go into cheese and any other goodies. Ooh, a good question here. We're curious, how many cows will have a baby in a year? So how many, I guess maybe to reverse that a little bit, how many babies will you have in 1 year at the farm?
Yeah, so typically we want all the cows to have one baby each year,
Hmm,
and it varies a lot, but we will expect to have around 30 or so calves born each year within a year's time.
cool, about 30. Aw, and I love that Doris and
Yeah.
Darling were part of last year's 30.
Yes.
Let's see. Ooh, a good question. So we know Doris and Darling are 8 months old right now, but we're curious, how old will they be to start producing milk? Because they're not producing milk right now, are they?
No, no. So they're going to be about 2 years old. So they have to have a baby first to make milk. So once they turn about a year old and we determine that they're the right height and weight, we'll breed them to a sire that matches them, and then they'll have a baby. But hopefully by their second birthday.
Gotcha. So around 2 years old, which maybe for some of us that are listening, you're thinking 2 years old. Gosh, I can barely walk and talk at 2 years old. But our girls, our cows definitely mature much faster. I mean, it takes us nearly a year to start walking, and they're walking in the first half hour of life. So they
Yes.
mature much faster than we do. So it's about 1 cow year to 10 human years. So when they have their first baby, they're about 20 years old, essentially, in human years. Cool. Let's see. Oh, we have some folks that are just curious. Any idea what Doris or Darling's babies' names would be? Do you follow a pattern? Like, do they need to start with a D, or is it just whatever the student wants to pick?
No, and so typically we want them to start with the first letter of their mom's name.
Gotcha.
Um, but recently we've had a lot of R cows in the herd, so we're kind of running out of R letters to name the cows. So as long as their name doesn't start with an R, they'll get the same letter as their mom's name.
Gotcha. Cool. So maybe if anyone wants to, we could, if anyone wants to give any D name suggestions, and maybe next year when Darling and Doris have their babies, Farmer Patricia could come back and help maybe suggest some names to the students when they get to name the calves. You could be part of the brainstorming process. Cool. Let's see. Miss M's class at Miller School, they were curious. Do you happen to know who your oldest cow is on the farm?
Yeah, so our oldest cow is a cow named Blue,
Oh.
and she is 11 years old.
Oh. Oh my goodness, 11 years old. That's old for a cow. If it's about 10 years for one, that's 110 years old. So they certainly are living a very happy and healthy life
Yeah.
on your farm. Oh, thank you, Doris. You finally calmed down, huh? She decided it's nap time, I suppose. Aw, look at them.
Sometimes they're best friends.
Right? Love that. Let's see. This is so coming from a kid's perspective, right? Like we have things we like to eat, and we have things we don't necessarily like to eat. Maybe some people don't like their veggies or things like that. So we're trying to understand with Doris and Darling. Are they fussy about their food, or do you really, do they eat well? Do they have a favorite kind of food? That kind of thing.
They pretty much eat whatever's in front of them. They're really not picky. But honestly, our students have been getting them ready for the spring show, which is why they have beautiful haircuts right now. And they've been getting a lot of treats recently.
Uh-huh.
So I would say Darling's favorite treat is definitely Swedish fish right now. And Doris doesn't like the Swedish fish, oddly enough.
Oh my goodness. So they're getting a little bit of extra yummies right now. Oh.
Yes.
It's one way to get them to love you and have them walk a little bit nicer for you on a halter. Oh my goodness. Let's see. An interesting question. We're curious. Do you happen to know how old the farm is that's been working with the college?
Oh, that's a good question. So the farm actually started when the university started back in like the early early to mid 1800s, because we're
Wow.
the only land grant university for the state. So land grant basically means that you have to have agriculture and you have to have forestry. So the farm
Hmm.
kind of started the University of Maine. The original farm was on campus. And as far as we can look back, we think it was somewhere around 1854.
Wow.
Um, which is kind of crazy, but we can trace our genetics and our some of our herd back to like the early 1900s. So definitely well
Wow.
over 100 years.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How cool. What a cool story. And I love that it's been around for so long. And right, the hope is for many years to come yet for many more students to learn about dairy farming and maybe someday be a dairy farmer themselves. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good question. Specifically for you, Farmer Patricia, they're curious, what's the daily routine like as a farmer at UMaine Farm?
Yeah, so it's pretty busy. So we get started. Our students show up for morning chores at 6 o'clock, which is when we feed the calves. And then our student employees show up around 7 o'clock, which is when we start washing the robot room and get ready for milking and fetching the cows and all of those kinds of things. And then I typically will show up around 8 o'clock for any morning meetings, and I catch up and I get the cows fed and we'll clean out the barns. And we try to be done by around 11 o'clock cleaning the barns and stuff out, and then we move on to other tasks, if we have to move cows around or vaccinate or whatever's going on. And then we try to be done by typically around 4 o'clock, which is when our students come back for evening chores. So they'll be feeding the calves, cleaning out the calf barn, that kind of
Hmm.
thing. And then they come back again at 10 o'clock at night, which is when I will feed the other group of cows, and the students will clean the beds and put lime down and just check on everybody, make sure there's no calves born. So we kind of
Yeah.
starts
I
at
mean,
6 a.m. and ends around 10 o'clock.
yeah, wow, goodness. That is a full day on the farm. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how much there is going on the farm. And but it's a good thing you have lots of people to help make all of that possible, and really just make sure all those animals are taken care of. So awesome. Thanks for sharing that, what that routine looks like for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we talked about your routine on the farm, but we're curious about what does the day look like for Darling and Doris? Are they, typically just hanging out like this, or do they do anything special? What's their day look like?
This is pretty much what their day looks like. They kind of hang out here, they play together. Sometimes the students will come out here and take them for a walk when it's sunny and nice out. And now that there's no ice
Wow.
on the ground, they've definitely been going for walks a lot more often. But they just kind of hang out in here with their friends and wait for us to bring them food, and they're just kind of living the life.
Wow. Goodness. I think this looks like the life for me, Farmer Patricia. I don't know about you, but if all I had to
Yeah,
do was eat food and nap, I would like to be a cow then.
me too.
Oh my gosh. So we talked about how big that they are now, right? Over 500 pounds. Can't believe how much they're growing. But what will they get to be when they reach adulthood? And when do you consider them full grown?
So they're typically considered full grown after their third birthday.
Okay.
And they should be our somewhere around like 15 to 18 pounds. We have pretty big,
Wow.
tall Holstein dairy cows, so they're a little bit bigger than your average Holstein.
Sure.
So they're gonna put on a lot more weight. We want them to be about 1,000 pounds
Wow.
by the time we breed them, um,
Sure.
and they're gonna be close to 1,500, 1,600 pounds.
Oh my goodness, 1,500 pounds. So they've grown a lot, but they've got a lot further to go yet. So it's a good thing they're eating some
Yes.
high protein food and really putting on weight here soon. Awesome. Let's see. We're gonna ask one or two more questions here. So, um, ooh, we're curious. Do you happen to know how many teeth cows have, and do they lose teeth like we as humans do?
I don't actually know if I know the exact number of teeth, but they definitely do lose their teeth. We found many teeth around the driveway, which is
Huh.
always kind of fun to to discover when we're walking around. We're like, oh, hey, a cow tooth. So they do fall out. I don't know exactly how many they have.
I
They don't have teeth on the top,
right.
but
Yeah, we can
they
see
have
them on
like
the
half up
bottom, but
there, I think it's called. Yeah, so they
hmm
have just teeth on the bottom, and then they have molars in the back so that they can grind and chew.
huh. But they have a grandma smile on the top, I suppose. No teeth on the
Yes.
top. Interesting. I want to say I think my memory could be serving me wrong. I believe it's 32 teeth, but if anyone wants to look it up or search it and put it in the chat, we'd welcome you to do that. I think, Farmer Patricia, I think it's 32, but it's been a while since I've had to answer that question, so
I know.
we always have the opportunity to learn. Let's see. So, one more question here that before we start wrap up. We didn't get a chance to talk about just the milking process in general. So, can you just walk us through what's it like to be a milk cow? So, right, we talked about they'll be 2 years old, they'll have their first baby, they'll join the milking herd. What does that look like for them?
Yeah, so once they have their first baby, we will take them into our robotic milking facility. And it's just like it sounds. It's basically it's a robot. So the cows
Hmm,
in our facility, everything is free flow, which means that she can go get milked whenever she wants. She can go lay down whenever she wants. She can drink water when she wants. She can eat when she
wow.
wants. There's no one-way gates or anything. She just kind of chooses her own routine and her own pattern. So
Hmm,
the first few days we encourage her, we're like, hey, you got to go get milked, and we'll help her go into the robot. And the robot does it exactly the same way every single time. The cows absolutely
hmm.
love it. There's a little treat in there. They get some grain. So once they
Oh,
go in and get milked, they know it's going to be consistently the same every time. So they love it. Um, and our cows will get milked 5, sometimes 6 times a day. Um,
wow.
and yeah, so they just kind of pick their own routine once they get comfortable in the robot barn, and they thrive in there. It's really awesome.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that they get to just choose their own schedule. Again, this is just reiterating, I think it's time to be a cow because
Yeah.
if I get to choose when I want to go to work and choose when I get to lay down and eat, that sounds incredible. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Farmer Patricia, for spending so much time with us and answering some great questions. I did just want to say we had some D name suggestions. We had Dunphy, Denise, Dawn,
That's
Daphne,
cute.
Daryl. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, one class gave a lot. Disco, Dundee, Dallas, Darla, and Danny. Oh, Danny with an I. That's really cute. Um, Love it. Daisy, Darcy. So yeah, all kinds of good suggestions. So hey, next year when they have their baby, if you're looking for any name suggestions, our kiddos are hooking you up with some good
Okay,
ideas.
we'll make sure that we tell the students.
Right? Awesome. So, Farmer Trisha, I want to wrap up with one more question here. It's a little bit different for your story, just because, right? This is a place of employment for you, but you still had to choose this as a career. So, I'm curious, what's your why behind choosing this as a career? Your weeks and your hours are certainly much longer than a 9 to 5 office job. So, what's the reason behind this as your full time job?
Yeah, so I absolutely love, I mean, first of all, I love cows. So I really enjoy working with the cows, but secondly, I absolutely love working with the students and teaching them to find their passion in the dairy industry, just like I did as a college student. It's very rewarding to me to see these kids come in with no experience whatsoever and absolutely fall in love with the cows and the dairy industry and get a career in the dairy industry. And it's just so rewarding, and just so special to be a part of that. I love seeing the students go on to be successful in their careers, the kids that go to vet school, and then they email me, years later, thank you so
Oh,
much for the experience that I had at the university. It just makes it all worth it. All the work that we
yeah.
do here, to see all of these kids go out in the industry and succeed, it's the best thing.
Wow. Yeah, what an amazing opportunity to be part of something that is really fostering the next generation of the dairy industry. And like you said, the next vets, the next nutritionists, the next farmers, whoever they might be, you get to be part of their journey. So that's
Yeah.
amazing. Um, Farmer Patricia, we have absolutely loved getting to follow you all year and get to know our girls. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with us before we tune off today?
I just wanted to say real quick, thank you so much to everyone who sent cards and mail.
Oh,
We have spent the entire semester reading all of these to the cows.
oh.
Darling got a lot of fan mail this year, and so just thank you so much. It's so fun to see all of our students engaging and getting to see the next generation really learn about the cows.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you for being a part, and thank you for all the mail that you've sent.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you all. This has just been so much fun. We have loved getting to follow along this year with your farm and with Doris and Darling, and really getting this close up. And so thank you, Patricia, for everything that you did this year, and the students that helped, take care of these calves too. And also thank you all, as Farmer Patricia said, thank you all for being part of this program, for sharing the love with Doris and Darling, and really, whether you're a student, a teacher, an assisted living center, a library, a cafeteria. There are so many of you that joined the fun this year. So truly just thank you so much for bringing dairy to life in your classroom. We hope you had fun learning about life on the farm and what it's like to raise cows. And again, if you want to learn and continue this experience next year, registration will open this Friday. You can go to discoverdairy.com/adopt and simply re-enroll, and you'll be ready to go for fall for next year. Now, from all of us at Discover Dairy and UMaine Witter Farm, thank you so much for spending the afternoon with us. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep learning, keep exploring, and we hope to see you again soon.